Hey, it's Marko here from Fair Realty. It's September 7th, 2018. So a few days ago, we got the August sales numbers. So in August, we had 594 sales. Let's compare that to a really busy year like 2016. We had 883 sales. And if we compare it to a slower year like 2013, which was a buyer's market, we had 540 sales. So a pretty dramatic decline in sales. It doesn't quite feel like 2013, which was definitely a buyer's market, because inventory is still relatively low. So we're still only at around 2,500 in terms of inventory. 2010 to 2014 for August, we were kind of in between 4,500 and 5,000 in inventory. So while the demand side has definitely dried up, probably as a result of all the government intervention, stress test, foreign buyer tax, speculation tax, etc., interest rates going up. So even though that's dried up, the supply side is still relatively low compared to previous years, and it's keeping the market relatively balanced at this point. It hasn't really shifted over to a buyer's market quite yet, in my opinion. Not to say it might not going forward. My kind of on the ground impressions is once you go over $1 million, especially once you go above 1.2 million, the market's really slowed down. Tons of inventory, few sales. There was a property, for example, last year that was purchased for 1.75 million, and they've been trying to resell it this year, and they're down to 1.595. So their list price is already $150,000 less than what they paid last year. That market segment is really struggling right now. What's still doing relatively well? Well, single-family homes in the core, if they're under 800,000 and they can accommodate a family, which seems to be where most of the demand is coming from, younger families, that still tends to sell really well, especially if it's got 3 bedrooms upstairs or a suite. Anything that's kind of aimed at a young family seems to go pretty well. Condos are still moving relatively well. I'm noticing it kind of interesting. I've been making offers for clients on quite a few condos, and quite a few condos are going in multiple offers, but they'll go below ask price. So let's say the ask price is $350,000. There'll be 2 offers, but one buyer is offering $335 and the other buyer is offering $340. So it's multiple offers, but it's selling below asking, which you did not see last year or the year before. If it had multiples, it was almost automatically going over the asking price. So what's going to happen forward? I don't think we're going to draw any big conclusions in the next 4 months. Just as seasonally the market slows down, there's going to be less listings, less sales. I think next spring we're really going to see how this market's going to shape up. If inventory starts climbing as we head into this next year, and sales are still down, we could potentially see some price corrections. My gut feeling is in the fall there's just not going to be enough sales really to indicate which direction the market might be going in. And basically, if you're a buyer right now, things are still expensive. However, there's less and less bidding wars out there, so it's a bit easier to maneuver in terms of making offers subject to inspection, financing, etc. And if you're a seller and if you want to sell, just with the sales dropping, you really have to price sharply, right now, just because things have slowed down. Even if you're a bit above market value, buyers just aren't really going for it. There's no sense of urgency out there anymore from buyers. So that's it for this week. Marko, Juras, Fair Realty.